All right. Oh, good afternoon. Morning? Wait, it's not afternoon yet. It's afternoon for these guys. Thalane and skipfrosch. Cannot wait for these guys to start racing, as they have already. Excellent matchup. Two German Titans. Cannot wait to see how these guys do. We've got champions, runners-up of previous tournaments. We did see game one from them earlier today. Yesterday, excuse me. Can't wait for a very exciting game two as we go through these game sequence. I am, of course, joined by another fellow German champion, Ravis. How's it going, sir?
Hello, welcome. Yeah, already in the race here. See some basic items at the start, but I'm good. How about you? Is it too early for you?
Fantastic. I am definitely awake, as you could tell by the no mistakes that I've made so far in like the 4 sentences I've spoken. Good morning, everybody.
You know, it's good. Like, we're gonna have a fantastic race here, knowing that these guys raced yesterday already. So everybody who hasn't seen yesterday's results, the lane took the one yesterday. It was an interesting one. We had a cane and ice palace, and a very interesting scenario. And hopefully we get an exciting race today as well. So looking at the screen, I see already we got them 3 bombs, so no bomb farming as well early on. That's always nice. Yeah, probably the sinking coming soon too. All right. So yeah, these guys, very long-standing members in the community. I think they're both at least longer than me playing Rando, so that has to be at least I don't know, 7 or 8 years. And yeah, thalane also was in the finals of the league tournament that had just finished. Got second place there. Also played in the main tournament. Both of them basically played a lot of times in the main tournament as well. So very familiar honors here. We see another heart container in the Zelda Sullen. Yeah, we're gonna get that timer synced up right now, so we have the perfect experience for the race. And also, we had a map check already. We've seen Red Crystal Eastern, Crystal Hera, and Green Pendant Desert. So in case we can find items for one of these dungeons, we can make like certain decisions, potentially.
Yeah, thank you, Ravis. All right, yes, and I did notice that both of these guys did do a map check before we did escape. I know that there are certainly some opinions about when we do map checks before we exit escape, ranging from we must do a map check to we can never do a map check. When do you do map checks, Ravis? Right after
I'm doing that after escape.
Yeah. Okay, all right.
You
have made the right decision.
I mean, you know, there's people that, you know, think like I potentially get a bow, I might have an Eastern Crystal, I might go even before CAC or something like that. But personally, I'd rather like to wait a little bit with that and potentially be able to combine that with port later on. So the map check wouldn't be really important for me personally, but you know, if that's something you want to go for, then it makes total sense in my eyes.
Okay, all right. That is a legitimate reason that I have heard. I mean, any reason is legitimate, for the record. However, this is an actual practical one, because if you actually don't do a map check before you get out of escape, or before you enter Hyrule Castle, you don't really get an opportunity to have to run out of sync, and that actually can take you some extra time. So certainly, I can understand the rationale.
Yeah, but imagine you make a map check and then you still get the elusive sub 5 escape. Like that would be
of
like.
Course, I mean that's
right?
the real reason. Yeah, to not do a map check. we have high expectations for both skipfrosch and thalane.
Yeah, thalane a little bit ahead here. Had a little bit of a cleaner movement in his escape sequence, but not too much.
Yeah, we actually might see both of these guys also go to CAC as well, or some variation thereof. I know that thalane, of course, among other people, certainly may not necessarily do the, let's say, like commonly seen escape to Lost Woods, to Lumberjack, to CAC type of thing. In to try and find another extra item like a bottle or a flute, so you can try and do more things in CAC. There you go. But here we have a bottle from the back of Escape, and it's even I think a good bee friend with us as well.
Yeah, I mean, we have 6 bombs, we have 100 rupees, so there's like no bomb farming or money farming needed. The only thing that you kind of want to have right now is the flute as well if you go to CAC, but what are the chances?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, especially since we've already in this case gotten our bottle. Ravis, what were you saying about chances and the flute?
Yeah.
Easy peasy. It's just good thing we decided to actually just go with this let's say like more regular route.
I feel like a lot of these like seeds where you like actually could like start south throw or even like with a bow go eastern. Those are the seeds where the fruit mostly is in CAC or on the way to CAC. But yeah, as yesterday we see skipfrosch skipping the lumberjack ledge, and there's just 3 bombs, so he's not gonna miss anything there. But still, obviously, could still be an Aga seed here, and we get a shield. Hey.
Yeah, we get a shield that we did end up not skipping. Yeah, and I have seen that more often than not, people do check lumberjack in these types of, especially with boot stars, standard stars type of modes. Just because Aga, especially in casual boots, certainly non-trivial chance of it happening. skipfrosch, with I guess true to his name, certainly we can. I don't necessarily know if expect is the right word, but he has been known to maybe extrude some of the more traditional checks that we've seen people do.
Yeah. Let's see what Blind's hideout has for us. Just a couple rupees, a blue goo.
Yeah, nice.
Hey,
and a bow. Okay, Eastern Palace might be calling our name.
Yeah, it is red crystal additionally, so a little bit of additional value there. If you want to check out what the second red one is, and then have the option to potentially do red bomb rather early.
So I guess like after CAC, Ravis, like would you still do, let's say like some of the more like dense like South Shore stuff, or just go to Eastern? Like you're gonna try and hold out for that mirror, so you can try and do pod Eastern together.
Yeah, but even if it's not for the mirror, like there's a ton of items that could just make Eastern easier. For example, getting the gloves, so we can do Eastern into Saha instead of Saha into Eastern. We could find a hookshot to make Eastern quicker. Potentially a lamp would technically still make Eastern faster, I guess. There's the glove, by the way, so we have that out of the way. So oh my god, maybe you're gonna wait with all these items. Oh my god.
Yeah, suddenly
I'm mid-analyzing. I have to like regret everything I say, so I don't know, like just let the runners run, I guess.
And thalane actually successfully selling the good bee that we got in the back of Escape, so for a free mitts, essentially.
Yeah, and it makes total sense, because he's a 300 away from potentially do Zora, and I think thalane, like having mitts now, like if you get mitts Dark World access, right, like you specifically want that to have that mirror even more, because like every way you have to walk is like way longer. Without the mirror, like for Smith Chain, or like later coming back to K45, like with a hammer and glove, you can like somehow control your Dark World checks a little bit more and try to get the mirror at a better point. But when you have mids access, it's like, do I go to Skullwoods first or no? Do I go South Shore? Do I continue to pod after Hype Cave if I can, and stuff like that. So it's like there's a lot of options that you can have, and the mirror makes things just easier to route and clearer, and get maybe the one-on items before heading into the dungeon.
Oh yeah. The mirror is, as you've listed for the many reasons that you did, extremely valuable. And chances are we're probably gonna hard require that mirror. We don't have Dark World access quite yet to verify them to say like Swamp, say is a pendant or crystal. But even if it's not required, it has a lot of efficiency benefits.
Yeah. Also, if you want to like finish the analyzing situation there with the Dark World potential access, if we get Moonpa, we also have the flute. So coming back to 3 is rather easy. So that makes the mirror once again then less valuable, because you can easily come back, right? Like all these small things like have impact on your decision making on where to go next. and all that stuff, and impact the game obviously in the end.
Yeah. No, and in fact, like the flute does change things, alleviates the pressure a little bit about maybe going into CAC and try and make the most of it. Because as you said, we can just flute back to 380 point. For example, if they didn't find enough money for Bottle Merchant, right? They can flute somewhere else and maybe just try and get that later, versus maybe feel a little bit more pressure to see if they can maybe get everything at once, because coming back to CAC is pretty
Exactly.
expensive. Yeah.
The moment you can't afford Bottle Vendor, it's mostly having a flute, but since we have that today, we're good.
Yeah, very true. All right, okay. With the gloves, you have definitely called it. The lane is going to Eastern, probably then into Saha. We have the bow, so we don't need anything from Saha to beat this dungeon. And as you mentioned, yeah, we can get the lamp in
And
Saha.
there's
That
the
will
mirror.
certainly speed things up. Holy cow! You remember when some people like to wait until they have the mirror to try and do Swamp Palace with the dam?
I mean, Kermit obviously wants to see a hammer also somehow before going into the eastern area, and hopes probably that, you know, Potter's a crystal as well. And you know, if we were wish casting right here, I think a lamp or fire rod would also be very nice for him. But I think he likes what he's seeing right now.
Oh yeah.
So we get some nice divergence here early on. I like that.
Yeah, and speaking of, always a big fan to see these bees in action. Kermit unleashing his friend, and goodbye, mini Moldorms.
Yeah, we found our master sword already, so that's nice that we never are gonna. Yeah.
Found silvers and map chests. Great, nice bow in Eastern, by the way.
But overall, I like what I'm seeing here. So we're gonna have our Ganon equipment already rather early on. So this is not gonna be like a sword hunt or whatever. And having those servers makes the final fight already more you know, nice for the runners.
Yes, and not to mention, of course, just straight up faster. Master Sword Silverless is, it's quite the endurance battle. I mean, you can get into a rhythm. I'm very confident that both Frosh and thalane will do this. It's just, you just rather not if you don't have to.
Yeah, interesting that Kermit went to the old man. Like he could go up into Hera, but like having no hookshot or fire source makes this dip a little more risky.
Oh yeah, that's also a good point. On the other hand, no fire source means that we just we can't do the basement. Oh shucks, too bad. And I guess we'll just, I guess this is the extent of what we can do though. Really, we can do the front of Hera or the first floor of Hera, and then depending on the key layout, we can go upstairs. Otherwise, we're going to do Spec Rock cave inside, and then Spec Rock top on top, and yeah, it's, no hook shot, no hammer. Means that we can't really go further.
I am a little surprised that Kermit hasn't checked like desert, Pennant Desert before that, since he was at Desert Ledge and like Checkerboard Cave.
We certainly have seen the pearls show up there very frequently.
It's Pennant Swamp and Pennant Ice and Red Crystal Skull. So we have the mirror array. We might not see a hookshot at all on the lane side potentially.
Yeah.
But knowing Kermit, we are gonna see a hookshot on his side for sure.
I would imagine that the lane would probably want the hookshot as well. But yeah, so we may not need a hookshot for Swamp, depending on how these guys feel about the endgame and getting across that Moldorm 2 gap. We might be seeing that extra potentially optional but highly recommended item for these guys. I really like
we
this
got the
level.
Bicky here.
Yeah.
We got the Bicky and a map, so we can at least go upstairs.
Yeah, and this is a crystal too. Both Frosh and thalane are going to make very nice progress early game. I really like how these guys are playing. And no, the silvers unfortunately will not help you on Moldorm. So it's not like Frosh is going to be missing out on anything.
Well, at least the lane is going to be able to use silvers on the beetles in the beetle room. So, you know, a little bit of time save, but.
Oh my gosh, dude, I never thought about this. Never thought about using the silvers on.
Gotta go fast, you know?
Oh my gosh, dude. I only think of this when I think we're in like Pod or like Turtle Rock or something. Oh, but man. Kind of a little, yeah. You kind of blew my mind a little.
There's the smoke. So we have a 50-50 chance for the item being on the boss or in the basement. And let's see what the lane is gonna find here at Saha.
Yeah, nothing really outside of silvers were in Eastern, right? It's just kind of like the rust crystal, just kind of the red crystal. That's a good one. Oh, we have a cape.
Yeah, interesting cape here, because like, I mean, a lot of times you find cape if it's an actual agar seed, right? Right now, that's more like maybe something is going to be in Dark World, unless Moon Pearl is happening to be on Pyramid Ledge or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. But right now we're kind of missing, I would consider, the most major component for an Aga seed, which is right now that lamp. I know that these guys are capable of doing Dark Aga. May or may not. Maybe a cape, that's okay. But
Yeah.
it is certainly pretty aggressive, especially when it's not necessarily logical. And then you kind of do Aga that takes, let's say, 4 to 5 minutes, and then it ends up being not required at all, and then you're just kind of sad because you did 4 to 5 minutes of nothing.
Yeah. And luckily for Kermit here, the second item was on Moldo, and it was actually half magic, so...
Yeah,
it's a
very,
nice
very
thing to have.
As soon as we get a magic item that consumes magic, then we are in business.
And that's like the perfect combination. There's like a lot of moments where you can just, when you have half magic at least, use the cape and half magic and just finish screens even earlier. And like I think about the Cannonball Z room, for example, in GT, but also the Cannonballs in Eastern that we are going to see on Frosh side here. Like it's a nice way of like making it easier for you and even saving time.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to necessarily just kind of subject yourself to the Cannonball RNG. And unfortunately, maybe we were supposed to go to Saha all along, right? Using the cape here. But I mean, it's a very optional item. Certainly, it's not required to beat this, but yes, it can save you a little bit of time. Okay, thalane is going over to Checkerboard and Desert Ledge.
Is thalane going to do Merle's shed here, or is he gonna check out Desert for this? He wants to do the shed first, understandable. Oh, that was close.
Did he get in? Okay.
Yeah, get in, get out, just in case. The bird is super annoying.
Yeah, he's trying to get Super Bunny powers with the mirror. I think if you just use the mirror, the same transition, you enter the door. Okay, we got it. Yeah, you can kind of tell, sort of like when you got Boots Dust.
He bonked. Oh no.
Oh, he bonked. Right, you lose Super Bunny immediately if you end up bonking. Okay, we got it this time.
I mean, I don't even know if that is, but I assume thalane knows that better than. What is this? What is this Meyer shot? You have Mir.
Wow.
But a nice tempered, yeah.
He remembered later. Don't worry. Yeah, tempered and a heart container. Suddenly, as you were talking about Arcana equipment. I mean, I think we're just set for the rest of the game. We got tempered, got silvers. There is nothing else that we can ask for.
Yeah, I mean, we need a fire source, but that's just a minor thing, I guess, on that side. But overall, yeah, that equipment makes more or less the rest of the seed a pretty, welcoming challenge.
Yeah, even just looking at, thalane also did a magic earlier for the Dark World. We saw that it was, of course, a crystal Mire as well. So Vitreous with tempered with silvers and with this much health, I think should be pretty comfortable for either of these guys. And of course, the time save that we can get on silvers, we saw that with with Armos, probably with Helma as well. Argus, if we ever end up beating that, because it is a pendant, we'll see.
Yeah. All right side desert has a compass. You don't want to see that. It's gonna be the big key chest here. No, it's not. It was the annoying layout where you go to the torch first, you get small key, and then you go to the chest and you get the big key, and you're like, huh.
Yeah.
Please.
Now you have to backtrack. Alright, but this potentially could be the last item, or it's just gonna be on Pendant Lamo, which, as you mentioned before, we do not have a fire source for, so we cannot go to the back. For what it's worth, it is green pendant, so Saha potentially have any, but it is the last item just here. It is nothing. 3 bombs, which we can't even carry at this point. So Desert Palace, at least the front, was not the answer.
Yeah, I mean, I would bet that checkerboard should have the Moon Pearl here, but other than that, I think the only thing we have left is like Zora.
Oh no.
And that would be bad
Oh
for.
yes!
Oh,
Oh
never
wow!
mind. Never mind. Never
How
mind.
are we getting?
I was about to
So
say, like, this is pretty bad for Kermit because he needs more rupees and he didn't sell his golden bee. Oh, yeah, Gina's there, obviously, too. But, like, with those 300, even he would have enough money for Zora if that's the case. Oh, we still have Ice Rod Cape, I guess.
oh right,
Which,
yeah, we
you
didn't do any of
know,
this
if
in the
he.
future.
See, this is the risk now because, like, not having the money for Zora is certainly bad.
We
So I
found our
assume.
hammer at Agina, by the way.
Oh, that's mountain. That's mountain axes. More mountain axes, and the ether in Ice Rod Cave.
Okay, all right. We know that we don't need ether for Meyer, but we don't know about Turtle Rock yet. That is a crystal.
0 bombs for Frosh as well is not that cool.
Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe he can go to desert and get his 3 bombs from the big chest. That could help him.
All right, we're only going to see. Are we gonna see? Yeah, we're gonna see waterfall too.
Do you think Kermit is a Zora ledge checker?
I mean, he hates the entire area, so I'm gonna say no. But I think not having the money. Oh my god, the 10 bombs.
Just will everything that you want to existence. That
Yeah.
is what I've learned from this seed so far.
But I think like having not the money like makes it even less of a chance that he's gonna check it and instead use that one water walk that he has for a hobo, which makes total sense in my eyes.
Yeah, certainly out of logic right now, because we don't have the flippers, but as you said, there's not much more of an opportunity to take advantage of this water walk.
Exactly.
Especially in the state, so it makes a lot of sense.
Another tempered. Okay.
Oh wow, we are sitting comfy today.
Oh, this is gonna be gold sword for Kermit then.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I
very
don't think
soon.
he's
Yeah,
gonna be in
go to
Gomo
Mars
before,
soon.
checking shed like.
Alright, the lane ended up doing King's Tomb a little bit earlier. We saw it was only 20 rupees. Probably the big thing though, if Zora is required, does have a pearl, is going to be for Kermit to do Checkerboard Cave before he kind of goes back there. And that looks like, at least so far, it's going to be the biggest source of money. But I would have to imagine, once he ends up getting the hammer, he will just go back over to the mountain where the lane is.
Yeah.
I also just realized, by the way, as we're not gonna unfortunately see Silver's beetles today on the lane side because he came here. He found enough swords in order to just start slashing.
I mean, I think Silver's would for the first two still
It's
be
still
quicker.
faster. Yeah. Well, I think you're right. It's just that I think once people start having tempered sword, they just start using the normal.
It's
like
too
NMG
much
stat.
NMG muscle memory, I guess. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, anyway, Kermit now in desert, like runners, are in each out of those footpaths. So we're gonna have to wait until probably the lane is done with Hera here, and then we're gonna see some new territory in Spiral Cave and Paradox Cave.
Yeah, I mean, she'll be surfing up. We had our non-Pearl Dark World access like very early, probably within like a couple minutes. Post the escape sequence, and then of course over the course of time in Light World we end up getting our hammer instead, so by the time we end up going into Dark World should be actually pretty comfortable. We have a lot of latitude as to where we decided to end up going. We can go to Village of Outcasts easily, we can go to Hype Cave easily, we can go to Pod easily. Somewhat we have a lot of different choices.
I just saw it. I was like, was he fighting on
he was fighting.
Yes. Yeah.
He is still fighting. What do you mean, Ravis? Nothing happened?
Yeah.
This is definitely the first time, the only time we've been here.
Alright, there's the 3 bombs for Kermit, for skipfrosch. So he's gonna get the 3 hundos and then the hammer. Not gonna get the butter sword here. I think Kermit's not feeling, that super bunny thing right now. But it's fine, like he's not gonna miss anything besides a heart and his gold sword, which he's gonna get later probably.
Yeah. Yeah, and I highly respect basically staying in logic, especially this early in the game. And also, like, as we're gonna just see, it's not necessarily free It does take a little bit of finagling potentially, because you have to get the timing right. The bird, especially at the very beginning for the lane, also gave him a lot of interference. So, and it's only 2 items. You notice that they don't have to get them, and we can always get them later when we know we have to go come back and beat Meyer as a crystal.
All right, Spire Cave. There's something interesting. Well,
More money.
more money, yeah.
Oh, Zora is calling. That is Hammer for skipfrosch. We have so much money right now. We have, I mean, granted, Frosh is gonna get his treasure trove of cash when he ends up going to the mountain as well.
Yeah.
But we can afford Zora, we can afford Dig Game, we can afford Pod, we can afford Big Bomb, we can afford like everything that the game offers
Yep.
us.
All right, surely there's gonna be a moon pearl in one of these 5 checks, right? There's not gonna be something ridiculous like a lamp on Zora into Aganim, right? Like something like that.
Would you go be Green Pendant Desert? With that? With
just give the moon pearl, please. Please! No! Oh my
nothing.
god!
Nothing. So it is Zora? That's our
I
answer?
think that's the only thing we have, no?
Yeah, I can't think of anything else that we can do.
I mean, good thing the seed gave us like $1 billion, I guess.
Yeah, no farming.
At least in like Hyrule terms. Ooh, it has to be a little bit.
No! Oh, that is so
Careful.
sad. That is really unfortunate. I'm pretty sure just got frame rolled there and ended up getting hit, even though his sword was out.
So the lane knowing that Zora is the answer probably is gonna make him skip Hobo here. I think he's just gonna take the Zora area and say, yeah, I mean, I want my water walk and stuff. All right.
Yeah, with Mere Hammer, East Death Mountain access, yeah, we're gonna see, unfortunately, this is more expensive than, let's say, it would be, quote-unquote, normally would be if you only had the hookshot access, because then you can just hook over as opposed to going all the way back up the mountain and then running over again.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
All right, I think the only things that can be here on Zora is a mushroom, a powder, moon pearl, or a lamp.
Good point. I did forget
And a
about the
book.
other fetch quests. Yeah.
There is a book possible. We have ether tablets, so yeah.
Or we could just hope in this case that it is a pearl. We don't have to necessarily do any more shenanigans.
Thank you.
Hey,
Thank you.
pearl. No difficult decisions so far to be made, but yes, that is finally our Darkhold access.
Aga was long enough alive, like longer than it needed. Let's be real.
Okay, the lane looks like his first foray into Darkhold is going to be through the Hype Cave portal. Portal near Hype Cave, so we can go to Hype Cave. No flippers, no hookshot. Means that we can't get into Swamp right now.
Yeah, I mean,
this may be...
with the flute, like knowing Thieves Stone is a crystal, you could have like made any decision here. With the mids, like,
yeah.
There's tons of possible things to do. Like you could just go, oh, that's a nice cane. You could just go into Pod as well without a fire sword, but still, you know. Or do village first. Let's see what the lane is going to decide to. All right, looks like towards Smith Chain or something.
Oh, okay. Is it faster to go around here? Normally, I think I remember seeing people go in this.
I think the idea. So when I do this with like this big of equipment, I think for me, like I'm gonna do like digging game into like doing the entire Smith Chain and flute the purple chest away.
Okay.
And leave the village for the moment, because like for a theoretical full clear, I think that is like probably the quickest way to do it, and then come back to 3 later and do the village into North Route.
Okay. So we're actually kind of splitting up basically to the south. Yeah, the Smith is not even like he's in the outskirts of Village of Outcasts, so doesn't have to interfere with the rest of like Beefstown Brewery, C Shape House.
Yeah, and since you can get K45 out of the way before the smith chain like this, you can bring the purple chest away. Like I think there would be an argument to make against this if you would have the book, because you would have still Bombo's tablet. So if you want to have that, but on the other hand, this is not key sanity. Like we need a couple items, that's right, but like, you know, you don't need to. This is not the efficiency mode. It's about being right, basically.
Very astute observation. Yeah, when you don't have dungeon items and keys shuffled kind of into the item pool, they're just kind of shuffled in their dungeons. Yeah, the calculus for what your decision making is certainly very different.
Yeah, and it changes, right? Like throughout the seed, like depending on how many items you need, how many good spots, or like fully clearable crystal dungeons. Nice bomb, by the way, Frosch, towards Zora, giving a nice little present back for 0 rupees actually. I mean, I like the decision here from the lane. If you go Hype Cave, you didn't get like the really big item that you maybe wanted to see, like a Fire Rod, so you can clear Skullwoods and have an easy time in pod. So you just do the Smith Chain here, and just from a routing perspective, you're not gonna have this annoying, like for example, Frosch might have, like going into village, then going south, then going back up again, then going south again, right? Like it feels just not that good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a larger version of, I guess, what we have in the desert, right? Because we got the desert small key, and then we got the desert big key in the map chest, and now you're kind of at the middle. So it's like, do you go left first? Do you go right first? And now it's kind of like, now do you go up down first? Do you go down first? Yeah, being kind of in that middle spot initially gives you maybe a decision point that may or may not be forced. Versus the lane, as you kind of seen, as you mentioned before, he's kind of constructing a route where he doesn't necessarily have to make that decision, right? He's doing all the south stuff first, then we'll maybe just make one loop forward, or one arc forward, as opposed to some back and forth. Yeah, he's kind of doing exactly what you've been predicting, Ravis. He's gonna put the purple chest down, and then he's left his portal in Village of Outcasts. You just basically hop right back in when he boosts back to 3. And then you'll have a much better picture of whether or not he wants to, let's say, like Skullwoods, North Dark World, if he wants to go do something else after that.
Yeah, I mean, since he placed that portal like that, you definitely go back to it. Like I thought maybe he just picks up purple chest, flies it away, and potentially says, you know what, I'm gonna go pod here before flying to 3, and then you're using the portal in the north. That would be an option, but I also understand if you say like, I want to at least see if I can get some sort of a fire rod or a lamp or something like that. But in the end, you know, these runners can do it without it too. So
yeah, for sure. However, that being said, as you did mention, the fire source does save you some time, just because you can see what's going on. Let's say like Dark Turtles, Dark Maze, and such things. So then if you have it, it's only really to your advantage. So maybe not necessarily you have to rush it and kind of put yourself in a position where you're liable to lose time, as opposed to, we have a fully clearable, visible Beefstown at our disposal, in addition to whatever other overall checks we have. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw item, big key.
And I think I saw a map, but I'm not sure. Yeah, but like for now, there's no like extraordinary play to make. Like, for example, I don't know, Pendants, Swamp Wars, Ice. Like all these things are out of even like, you know, you can't even do it right now. It's not about logic. It's like just. There's a clear cut path to take. We have Pod, we have Thieston, we have the Hype Cave area and stuff. But like then it's going to be interesting, like what we're gonna see afterwards.
Yeah, and we do have, as we've seen on the tracker, that Fishing Boo has done an excellent job of maintaining. We have a lot of really nice things for access. That being said, we're still missing a good amount of stuff. Like we don't have Hookshot, we don't have Fire Rod, we don't have Ice Rod. Those flippers, I hope we never see them.
we have like a lot of these like big items, right? That you need, like you need a cane to even enter GR. You need a bow more or less basically for Pod and Eastern. We have mitts, we have hammer, we have mirror, we have big items, but we don't have like the small items that we want to have, like a fire rod, an ice rod, or whatever.
Yeah.
Wait for Meyer.
We even got a half magic in preparation, right? And here we are. We're the most thing that we have in order to drain magic is the cape, and it's not even offensive.
Yeah, I mean, it is not offensive, but it still strengthens the offense since you know
yes,
don't need to care about defense basically.
Good point, yes, good point. Yeah, actually, speaking of the cape, bumper ledge is now available to them.
Absolutely.
Now, that is a check, though, that may or may not be desirable for people to make.
Yeah, and there's also graveyard ledge, which is overall every time very hard to get to, but without hookshot you can't. You more or less have only one way to go there. But also, I mean, you still have pot with 5 items.
Oh, yeah. Fishing Boo making an excellent point that the cape also does put Spike Cave in logic that I completely forgot about. That
I mean, we have
to go do.
We have like a couple of checks on the mountain. We don't know how many exactly. We have the Super Bunny and the one in Hookshot Cave, obviously, and the mentioned Spike Cave. But we don't know. We might get it. We might be able to go into TR as well with that ether. So
yeah.
You really kind of want to find a fire rod or a hookshot at least before going up that mountain again.
Did skipfrosch do chess game and C-shape house? I cannot remember. I'm going to assume the answer is yes.
I'm hoping the answer is yes, because if not, that we're gonna see right now if a chess game is something or not.
It is more money. We will not be missing it.
I assume he did it. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't think that's. Besides the name being skipfrosch, no, not chess game or like a C shape. I don't think so. I really don't.
Yeah.
But as you can see, everybody who knows Kermit, like the first constant skips he had in his earlier time was the Smith chain, and we once again see a skipped Smith chain here.
Yeah, I mean, skipping here is a very good amount of time saved if you never end up doing it. Even though we have the maximum amount of equipment that will make things the most efficient. We have boots, we have flute, we have mirror. Still takes time in order to go do weird things. Just because something's high density means it's high value, but if there's nothing there, something times 0 is still going to be 0 at the end of the day.
Yeah, and the lane actually taking his flute and going towards port now, which makes total sense. And I assume Kermit is probably gonna go there next. I mean, there are a couple of things that he could also do, like if you want to go deep and go to Catfish or something like that. That would probably be the moment since he's already in Hype Cave.
Yeah.
But, there's no real good spot besides Pod there right now in my eyes.
Yeah, Pod is certainly calling, as you said, 5 items in Pod, fully clearable crystal dungeon. And certainly, I mean, you have to go find the big key anyway, which is it's gonna be at least 4 small keys in the front, so you'll probably have to go to the back anyway. So it's a nice combination when you're still looking for stuff.
Hey, there we go. See, that's you go Pod before these. Well, I mean, it doesn't matter. You have the flute. You can just easily come back. But yeah, Frosch also going Pod here, which again makes total sense. Gonna get his fire out, so the next thing is probably going to be Skull Woods, and then we have a couple of decisions to make again, because like you can do Red Bomb, you couldn't go up the mountain, you could do other stuff. Like there might be some divergence incoming then again, but I think up to finishing Skull Woods is rather a clear route that both of these runners are gonna go.
Yeah, and it's also 5/6 crystal for what it's worth, so that is going to be another.
Ooh, another crystal dungeon we can clear.
Yeah, that is Misery Mire on the docket for us. So yeah, we Pod is the place to be.
Is it just? I mean, in case like, is it just Ice Rod?
It is just Ice Rod, yeah, and then that hook shot, right, to get past, or whatever method you want to use for Muldum 2. That is the method. Yes, technically we do need that lamp. These dark rooms aren't in logic without the lamp.
Yeah, I mean,
but yeah, like we don't care about that lamp.
It got super optional right now with that fire rod and half magic. Even though I have to admit, like sometimes Mire Darkroom can be
Yeah,
very
yeah, the
annoying.
basement certainly can be pretty challenging, and it goes much faster with the lamp. But that being said, how much time that you spend looking for the lamp may not be worth it in order to actually go do the Fire Dark Rooms.
Absolutely. Right, so Pod having 2 big items here with the Quake and Fire Rod, opening us 2 more crystal dungeons to finish. And then again, it's decision time. Like, do you go towards TR? Do you, if you can enter and stuff, like you can go pretty far, see if the ice rod is there. But you could also go crazy and say, you know what? I had never had the chance to beat Lemon. I just hope for the ice rod being on Green Pendant. So like, there's a million decisions. It feels like what they can do, because it's in the end wherever the ice rod is the correct play.
I'm glad that you worked in Pendant Lammo. Thank you for increasing my copium. That these
it's not this. It's like not the dense or smart decision, like from a clearing standpoint and investing time. By the way, there's Bombo, so we definitely can go into TR.
We can get in. Do you think the ice rod will be in Turtle Rock? That's always the best location.
Honestly, I haven't seen that too many times lately. Like, I feel like back in like version 30 or whatever, it was like you could almost call it a vanilla location for the ice rod. But like nowadays,
vanilla random location.
I feel like nowadays it's more like your catfish, your, I don't know, Green Pendant even, or like, I don't know, randomly in Pendant Ice or whatever. I feel like these days, like, the ice rod isn't as much in TR anymore, but maybe it's just me. I don't know.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to see how much popcorn and excitement we're going to get between the decision-making process for both of these guys. Pendant Ice is, for what it's worth, one of the contributing factors, I think, that ended up giving thalane the victory yesterday. So we'll see, in this case, what happens again today. But however, with looking at Pendant Swamp, Pendant Ice, we can, of course, go dive one of these dungeons. Even with specifically Ice Palace, we can't really do anything in Swamp, but it's not in logic. And so hopefully, we just never have to go do that.
Yeah, I mean, seeing this after 42 minutes, right? Like, the run is more or less, we can kind of say like thalane is a little bit ahead, and I don't mean that in checks. I mean that in just what he has to do. That's just a small margin. He's a little bit deeper in the pod here. But yeah, Kermit's skipping some things, bringing him back after thalane got a little bit of a lead, like through routing and probably some execution here.
Yeah, and some of the things were just a little unfortunate, right? Because Frosch, for example, he took an early hit to one of the eye monsters, I forgot what they were called already, up on Death Mountain, so they had to go redo that arc again. The decision to go to do the water checks for Ice Rock Cave earlier, like without Zora money, meant that Frosch had to go back to that area the second time. So it's just kind of like some of the like little more minor things that ended up costing.
I think I know what's gonna happen here. I just realized.
Oh, what's that? Ravis, I'm listening.
I think he might just, skip the rest of the items here, like Frosch, because like he got 2 big items here, and he has not gotten the bombos, and I think was he not going to the back already?
Well, no, the back had the big key, like Dark Maze, or sorry, Rupee Basement had the big key, so he definitely was back there.
Yeah, but he didn't go to the Dark Maze.
I don't think he bombed over.
Yeah, so I think the 2 or 3 items in Dark Maze are going to be skipped here, because like I don't think he's going to come back here and hammer him over. So if TR is bombos, that would be pretty bad, but we'll see.
Or it could be a massive time win. Yeah, we're leaving.
Another second, saved. If bombos is not here and he's never going to come back.
Right. Again, with the different decision making, thalane has chosen Skull Woods, and Frosch has chosen Mire. Yeah, so I was gonna ask earlier about if you had a preference as to which dungeon you would tackle first between Skull Woods and Mire, because both of them are they have the potential of having up to 2 items, or Skull Woods I guess is 3, but then kind of depending on where the items in Skull Woods are and where the items are in Mire, like. If you get a Black God Mire, like, are you happy? If you are you okay doing basically the entirety of the run of Skull Woods?
Well, here's the thing, right?
Anything?
Like, you have to think about the structure of the dungeons, right? Like, and the situation we're in. We're looking literally for one item. So, the thing with Skullwoods is if you're going go mode, like, you just go through, right? You're not going to check anything. Maya, on the other hand, is like, you might just find the items before even finding the big key. Kermit had 2 additional items here, but the drawback for Kermit is here, even though he might, like, have an easier time, like, looking for items because he is also looking for a big key. You know, he has a dark room coming up, and the lane has a chance to, in theory, get a lamp or whatever to make the dark room even easier. So it's like a trade-off. It's about like what you want to find, what you feel like you're better with, and looks like these guys make totally different.
Yeah, completely
skills here.
different ones.
And
Yeah,
also Kermit had like he had like 2 more checks in Maya shit as well. Which
right, yeah, I was gonna say that. So maybe that actually kind of pushes the edge for Meyer for skipfrosch. Yeah, but that being said, like Meyer is one of those dungeons that, kind of depending on where that big key is, can be good or bad for your situation. Because as you said, if you just find the items that you're looking for before the big key, you're very happy. You have to go do all this anyway. If you get the big key before the items, you're still looking for stuff. It's like, do I spend more time in here? I don't know.
Exactly. I mean, somewhat similar with Skullwoods, right? But like at least in Meyer, sometimes you're forced to just open more or less everything, and it's not like you fall or anything. It's just the dungeon layout. But in Skullwoods, it's like everything you open, you more or less open by yourself, and not being forced, right? You can just finish the dungeon, and and usually how it goes with Meyer, if you're in Go mode, like it's big key in like big key location and the vanilla location, and if you're looking for an item, you get the God Meyer with a small key next to it, and you don't know what to do next.
Okay, by the way, so the lane is leaving. He got map, compass, and then some item on Mothula that was not the ice rod or the hook shot. And then so there's one item in the front. We're going.
Yeah, so I think the idea here is simply, okay, I'm gonna check Maya also, right, like Kermit is doing now. But if I come back for like Bumper Cave in case I find flippers, or go for Graveyard Ledge, like instead of going south through Village, I'm gonna go, or in his shoes, he's gonna go north through Skullwoods, like quickly check the front, and then go from there towards Graveyard Ledge and all the other stuff. Kermit has to reset the room.
Oh, yeah. That bonk unfortunately just costs too much time. It's without the hook shot, that room is more difficult than it may appear to be.
For sure. Alright, first try here, Kermit. Don't bonk. There we go.
There we go. Easy peasy. All
That's
for a map.
So
Yeah,
there.
And we found a mushroom earlier right here in Spike Chest.
Yeah.
That the lane found. And
there's the hook shot.
Hook shots.
Frosh definitely likes to see that.
For sure. That is a very great sight for sore eyes. And it doesn't open up anything extra other than Hookshot Cave. Like it doesn't open anything up that's like bad. Let's say, like for example, if you already have the flippers, suddenly Pendant Swamp is maybe on the table for you, but we don't necessarily want to go there without Hookshot. But yeah, no flippers.
I mean, honestly, I can see like some crazy people going into ice earlier without flippers, because they're fearing that they're just gonna go to the mountain just for flippers. But I would always argue like those flippers might just be in GT or something, so going ice here would be insane. But there are people who are trying to like 5D chest all of this and like foresee the future basically. But let's see what the lane is doing, because he's got the big key and 1 item. I can see him going to the boss. Will we go back in?
We're going. I mean, as you said before, the lane may not need that hook shot in order to beat the game. So, if the hook shot is not required for the ice rod, the lane certainly very well could be.
I mean, it depends on how it's hookshot locked, right? Like Ice Palace, nobody cares. Hookshot Cave, I mean, as long as the lane is doing his hover, fine. Okay. If it's swamp, back of swamp, well, we got a problem.
By the way, seeing what potential problems may arise on Frosh's side as well, right? Because you mentioned that Fishing Boo very much validating this. Like, we do not have bombos from Dark Maze, so we kind of have one liability right now for both of these guys each.
Yeah. But I think overall, even though pod might be the last location for Frosh, is like it's easier for 2 or 3 items to come back to pod instead of 1 item in Mire, because you.
Yeah,
I mean,
this
we'll
one
see.
item in
Let's see.
Mire can be. For what it's worth, this does not preclude the lane from just coming back immediately, like going back into the dungeon immediately. I would imagine he's still just gonna leave after this. But he could see maybe there's gonna be an item that drops on the boss, right? And then if he does, he doesn't have to worry about the last item. And if he doesn't, he still has an opportunity to go back.
Honestly,
at a more cost.
I think this is mountain time for the lane. Like you have 3 items and guaranteed like 5 in TR that you get, potentially 6 if we include, you know, Mimic Cave as well. It is just the ice shot in the end for him. Like he doesn't care about the hook shot, and for now we don't know if it's needed or not.
Right, I forgot about Skullwoods on Frosh's side. I was like, where's he going? Where would he go after this? And yes, there's a very straightforward path, which is his next crystal dungeon. Thanks, Fishing Boo.
It's also kind of crazy that, you know, like Frosh has skipped a couple things this seed, right? But the moment the lane skips one thing with immediate progression, it's incredible, this game.
Now, for what it's worth, we don't know about the bombos. I'm gonna assume that we're gonna find out very shortly after this mushroom tournament. But yes, the observation that some people, maybe we should just rename the lane. He should recall himself like Skip the Lane, right? I feel like that the moniker is what giving Frosh's power. Yeah, skipping the hook shot. It's a pretty major item, but it may not be required.
Even if the lane like doesn't need the hook shot, right? Like depending on GT Bicky and stuff, like his GT is just gonna take a couple of extra seconds here and there all over again. This climb up here is longer than with the hook shot, and specifically if the ice rod is not in here, and we maybe get flippers or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
You know, it's again a climb up here without the hook shot. So these kind of, you know, additional time losses can add up very hard.
Yeah, and it's really, in terms of like execution and like it's all of the little things that add up. Yeah, a lot of people and very correctly, right? Like focus, let's say, on like boss fights, and those are some of the major culprits of time differences between people. So you really want to do them well. There are like good and bad way, faster and slower ways in order to go beat the boss. But room to room, 1 second here, 2 seconds there, over the course of, let's say, an hour or 500 rooms, you can certainly bet that they're going to add up to like minutes.
Yeah. And honestly, I wonder if the lane is even going to hover hookshot cave here, because like from his perspective, it could be like the hookshot could be anywhere. Even
by the way, it's bombos.
GT, and it's like, yeah. Oh yeah, I just see it's bombos, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so we have a more open race for now. So I kind of want to see the flippers and the ice rod in swamp, so I have a more exciting race. Because if ice rod is just here, it's gonna end in a couple of minutes.
And in a couple minutes, and then let's see, depending on how the lane gets through, how he gets through GT. But yes, if the ice rod is here, this is gonna be our last crystal dungeon that we're gonna need. Otherwise, sit back, relax. Maybe get some second cup of coffee. We're definitely in for an exciting treat here. All right, moth down for skipfrosch. Also leaving, not necessarily doing the front.
Yeah, he's gonna get some bad news. So we're gonna try to hover. All right, I like. Let's see if we. I wonder if we get a second try if he fails. We're going. Okay, nice.
Alright, we're actually finally going to spend our button on something potentially better than that pearl that we found.
Yeah, so while Frosh takes some time to get a potion, the lane is taking his third try. Didn't manage to do it. We see the hookshot already equipped for Frosh. The good thing is, in case flippers are actually in TR, Frosh is not gonna see those flippers if they are available anywhere. And honestly, as long as you don't see flippers, like there's not a lot of things that he can go back to, so he's gonna come rather quickly back to pod, I think.
We have one item in Skullwoods, the boat skipped. Yeah, and as you said, we can't get into swamp physically. We're just hard locked out of it without the flippers. We can, as you mentioned before, dive into flipperless Pendant Ice Palace. But that's not great. We can do the North Dark World loop, the Arc. We have Bumper Ledge, Graveyard Ledge, Catfish. All real appealing, by the way, especially when
So yeah, I mean,
a little bit.
I feel like the lane definitely needs to get the hover here, because like this is also preparing for potential hover at Aga 2, right? And if you're having trouble here, like how can you? I mean, maybe if you're in the zone and then you just do it then, but like I feel like you definitely want to do it. So who's gonna see all the 3 chests first? Is it gonna be the lane or is it gonna be Frosh? We're gonna see it soon.
We got it. We got it on the lane side. Yep, Kermit might be beating the lane here though.
At least to 1 chest.
Okay, we've seen everything. It is, I don't know, some number of rupees and 10 arrows that we don't care about.
Alright, so Kermit is probably gonna go over to Spike Cave. He's gonna see Bombos and he's gonna be like, oh my god, where's that Bombos now? So there were 3 major items in pod. That is crazy. I've seen 80 or like key sanity seeds where there was nothing in pod.
Yeah.
And here we are when 3 out of 5 items are massively important.
Okay. I was thinking that, hey, you know, with basically Frosh and Thalane finishing up Dark Death Mountain about the same time, we might get to see a mini race in Turtle Rock, but no. Bombos is barrier for Kermit right now.
It's important that Kermit is not gonna find the flippers. Like that is one big part of coming back here, if he ever comes back. And another one is just simply not having an ice rod and TR.
Yeah. The best case scenario for Frosh is that the flippers are just in GT, so then he really just can't find them. But once he finds them, yeah, I mean 6 items in Swamp. Looks definitely more appealing than, I don't know, the 1 or 2 or whatever they left behind.
Like we can create so many scenarios of which one is potentially more advantageous for what runner or like whoever runners, because like there's like, let's say if Kermit finds the flippers and finds the ice rod behind the hookshot, then it's, you know, a little bit better for him, but like not great. But the lane is also gonna probably double dip TR and Swamp then. Like there's so many different possibilities. It all depends on where's the ice rod and where's the flippers in the end.
Yeah. And who ends up last locating first? When the lane may or may not ever go back to Meyer for the hookshot, but Kermit will definitely have to go back to Pod for that Bombos medallion.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, but then you kind of already see, yeah, maybe the hookshot kit was just a warm up, so the lane's all ready to go for Mulder 2. But at the same time, if the hovering is somewhat inconsistent, can still be some amount of time. Alright, Kermit's gonna give us a Catfish check. We did check Pyramid Fairy. Not the Ice Rod. Not Bombos from Kermit's perspective.
Yeah, both runners potentially, I mean at least one, but potentially both runners have to visit the dungeon they've already cleared again. Catfish is also not the answer.
Yeah, just 10 arrows. Frosh could have picked them up, but with silvers, there's not necessity to go and pick up these arrows just because we have so many of them.
We've seen 1 item in TR yet, and that was the blue cane. I mean, obviously we're gonna get some keys afterwards and big stuff.
Yeah, we can go back to Spike Cave. I think that is something that Kermit didn't do when he was up there. He just
no, he didn't. He flew it away. He did
Mhm.
immediately go for that bomb. Alright, see the elusive graveyard ledge that we talked earlier about.
Do you think Kermit will go back and do Smith Chain? Like since he's
might be. I mean, I think he's gonna go towards what's the 1 item, then we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm.
But for now, I mean, by the way, he's gonna check Bumper Cave here, and Bumper Cave was also flippers locked. If that turns out to be the ice rod.
Bumper Cave is slippers locked?
Wasn't the cape in Waterfall?
Oh, it was in Saha. Sorry, it was in Saha's.
Oh, okay. Oh, never mind. I thought it was in Waterfall. It wasn't Waterfall again. It was a heart container and something else.
I've already forgotten because it was not.
All right. Yeah, never mind. Never mind me.
Waterfall wasn't, I think, anything. Yeah.
Never mind me.
All right, but what's here though? It is just a red rupee.
Oh, we're gonna see Lumberjack now. Let's go. The 1 hour Lumberjack check.
Do we need to beat
That is
Aga?
fantastic.
Still no lamp, by the way. Where is this lamp?
I mean, technically, you know, he routed this quicker than the lane, like this specific check, since he did combine it with a cape spot. Okay, we're not gonna go Skywoods right now. Maybe we're where are we going? We're going 8. Is this Ice Palace?
Pendant Ice Palace.
Oh
Let's go.
my
Let's go.
I mean, okay, so he's also looking for bombos. I get the point. Like we're all like kind of in for the fire and bombos thingy, but like that is somewhat nuts. I'm not gonna lie.
At least we didn't go for the Aga play. Although Aga can't possibly have anything at this point. I don't know. Green Pendant Desert might have been also on the docket because that is in logic. It is only one turn in one item. Though.
And
oh, you know what? That is
there
the rod on Late. What were you saying? It's,
I mean, I did say, you know,
I mean, at Rando.
I think
Have faith. Yeah.
this is
Has
more or
have faith
less.
in Turtle Rock.
Yeah, but imagine if Kermit had the bombos right, he would have been a little later on the mountain, but would have gone into TR with the hook shot. Oh my god, that would have been such a close race.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And then Kermit has the hook shot, right? And so kind of depending on how fast the lane can get through GT and of course the infamous Molten 2 gap. Yeah, Kermit might be able to just pull ahead. Unfortunately, Bombo's just sitting there in the back of Pod, which is in Dark Maze, that Kermit did not do.
I mean, technically, this is still not over. So I remember my personal first main tournament race that I ever had, and I was behind so far. I was also Pendant Swamp and Pendant Ice, and hookshot turned out to be in Ice Big Chest, and I climbed GT and all that stuff before, and I won in the end because my opponent hovered for over 20 minutes, and he didn't manage to reach Aga 2.
20 minutes? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
it was crazy. So there's technically still a chance for Kermit, I guess. But annoying, like, I mean, then I had some issues hovering in hookshot cave, but it was like, you know, he got it eventually. So I don't think that's anything that's gonna happen here today.
Yeah, we also see a lack of hookshot leaving Turtle Rock normally. You quick swap over to the hookshot and then just do hook speed off of the stairs. The lane did spin speed with the sword. Alright, are we hoping that in this case that the GT Vicky is early? Feel free to take a wager as to where you think it is. And what order of checks that the lane will go do things in. 15, 5, 8, 18, 4, 9.
I'm gonna
okay.
say 20,
I like
but
this.
I always said
No,
Vanilla Mail up pretty nice. Sorry, what?
Nice. No, oh yeah, no, I was gonna ask, like, do you think the lane's routing will be different? It looks like no. He's still gonna go over to do right side. Or like left side, excuse me, but I was wondering if he wants to maybe do you know, Hope Room first into Compass potentially.
Nah, I think you're just gonna stay here, just gonna bump over and then mirror back and see if you can find the big Yeti and then go right side. Or hover, yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, hovering is. Oh no. Oh. I hope this goes okay. Alright, Kermit though, pendant holster down, especially with the gold. Oh, that was so close on the lane side. Alright, we got it. We got there. Stalfo's room. He's ready to mirror. Nice boots.
Nice boots. Yeah. So not in the first 5. That's a nice save, do I have?
Powder. And the book. Good thing we didn't have to do any of these checks earlier.
So this is Landmore, this is Pendant Landmore, yeah. Kermit is trying everything before going back to pot. And probably before Smith Chat.
Yeah, but I mean, I think the silver lining here, though, is that the flippers still haven't shown up for Kermit. So that is, I think, very good news, right? You don't want more newer options like popping up for him because we know that he has to go back to somewhere that he's already been.
Yeah.
Where's this lamp, by the way? I'm still wondering where this thing is. Like, I
it
feel
might
like
be just here. like I'm thinking about Green Pendant, but like, is there anything? Spike Cave? We didn't see Spike Cave, I guess.
We did not see Spike Cave. Yeah. That's true.
But
Didn't see
other
Spike
than
Cave, didn't see
that,
Spike
I
Cave.
don't think there's like a lot of things. Like, I think we've seen everything else.
The lane, actually, after Compass Room, we are continuing on to right side. To go do Ice Armors. My guess is that he doesn't want to go do like Fire Snake.
I
for
guess so,
another, for maybe another, hovering / bombing over. Alright, well, we haven't found it yet.
I think the lane has a goo. I think he has a goo of each color, so I think even, you know.
He has a red. Yeah, he has a red. He has a blue. Does he have a green? Oh.
I know Kermit found a green one, and everybody has 3. So
okay.
No, wait. Kermit, I think he bought one. Like they had a bee early on, so. And there's the big key.
The lane not having to do another hover to go do Fire Snake and Brando Room. So, you know, some people skip, like, do, like, Rando Rush. I believe, like my co-commentator Rivas likes to, occasionally delve into. And then this is, like, the anti-Rando Rush.
So,
like,
there's, like, I think this is only Spike Cave and the front of Skullwoods that we haven't seen.
Right. It's front of Skullwoods. I did forget about that one, too. One item there. It'd be hilarious with the map. The map was just, like, sitting over there. Or, not the map, the lamp. What number was that, by the way? It was a somewhat unconventional route due to we didn't have a hook shot.
5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Should be 15, right?
Cool. Alright. Pichu? Oh, news tree up. Looks like guest 15. Pichu was runner-up.
Yeah, we haven't seen Render Room, we haven't seen Double Firebar, and we haven't seen Snake Chest and Tile Room, so...
Right.
Should be right.
106, honestly. Well, the seed I think could have been. I mean, a lot of things were given to us early, so we had a nice execution advantage, kind of all throughout the seed. But the lane in GT Gauntlet at like 107. I mean, can't really feel too bad necessarily, can you? It's a fast time.
Alright, we're gonna see the front of Skullwoods here. And that should either be the lamp or the flippers. Because Kermit right now is just going by logic. I think for him it might just be a bombos into a lamp and TR or something, or like whatever. But it's gonna be the reverse. And the scary thing is that could still be the flippers, which probably is not gonna make any difference if it is or not, but like...
Yeah. I mean, well, it's most likely the flippers for what it's worth. I mean, I'm happily proven wrong.
I think that's just the lamp, honestly. It should just be the lamp.
I feel like open more things up is all.
Yeah, but we just need the lamp to have GT open as well, and then the lamp is just gonna, the flippers are just gonna be in Render Room or whatever.
Yeah, it's certainly very possible. That's really the layout that we want to see for Kermit. The lane has climbed GT. Almost there.
Oh my god, this
nice Skullwoods big key layout. Yeah, we're gonna basically not get anything until the very end.
I think the lane is he gonna turn?
No, I don't think you're gonna. I don't think
oh no.
Yeah.
It is the flippers.
It is the flippers.
Oh.
And then we're going to probably go to Swamp at this point.
Yeah, find the lamp and think like, oh no, Dark Maze is gonna be in logic. Surely Bombo's not gonna be there. And then it is. And the worst thing is, like, we know the book is also in GT, so there's not even a pedestal check possible for Kermit.
Yeah. Well, at this point, he's probably just gonna blind pull, is my guess. If he decides to pull it.
Yeah.
Which could be the lamp. Looking at the layout. It's Ice Palace, right? Desert and in Swamp. Neither of them have dark. None of those have dark rooms.
So the funny thing is that the race I was talking about earlier, with the hover stuff, I showed the race to the lane, and he laughed about it very hard. I find it a little bit funny that he's in a somewhat similar
Oh my
situation.
gosh, you are absolutely correct. Oh man, that's such well timed. Yeah, we've seen Thalane when he was in Hokusaki, when he was in GT. They weren't necessarily like the most consistent, but he was able to get through them at the end. Just kind of in this case, depending on.
And also like consistency, yes or no. Like it just needs to be working one time, and then it doesn't matter how often you failed before. It's just as long as you're not gonna mirror or die at Aga 2, I guess. You know, it's just not gonna be important at all.
That would be so tilting. I would also have to think that like just like the mental fortitude that you have. Like right now you've somewhat committed to not getting that hook shot right, especially at this stage. So you really feel like you need to get through this hover. And the longer this thing takes, maybe kind of like the worse you feel because you're like, oh well, if I just get the last time, I'm using so much extra time to go and do this. This could be time that Kermit could be taking me. Yeah.
Yeah, but everybody rooting for Kermit has to hope that map and compass have to be like on left side, and Kermit is just gonna go to the boss here.
Oh,
and there we go.
GG. We did it. Well done, Thalane. No hook shot means you can't get through these blocks. Okay, yes, and he has more than enough safety, hopefully, to get through these last couple rooms. The last thing we want to do is repeat this.
Honestly, I think if Kermit would have gotten bombos, knowing how many tries needed like for the lane in at Aga 2, I think it might have been his race if he like didn't screw it up completely here. But in the end, would have, should have, could have. This is going to be the lane's second win against Frosch in the group stage, probably. There's the lamp.
Nice lamp. Okay, surely, Kermit, you will go back to pod now.
This is the worst when you get to a decision where you think like, okay, I've skipped two things. One of them is what I want. At least one of them. But the problem is my opponent probably has done both of them. So which one am I going to take now?
Yeah. And yeah, from Frosch's perspective, right? Like he's getting all of these things. What he's really caring about right now, first and foremost, is going to be bombos. But then also, yes, he's looking for two items. He's looking for bombos and he's looking for ice rod. And he's gone so far in checks that he like neither of them have shown up at this point. Yeah, surely at least one of them has, right?
I think this is gonna be pedestal, obviously, and then we're gonna go Smith chain because I think in his mind, like if he wants to have a chance, like his opponent has rather skipped the Smith chain as well, and then you know has full cleared pod, and instead of that, oh yeah, we have to go left side swamp as well. Yeah. At this point, like even for one item, it's just like you have to kind of go for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And I think even in his mind, like, I think he's still like in the mindset of, okay, so even if Bombos is in pod or easily accessible somewhere, at least, you know, I might get the ice rod here and then I don't have a double dip in TR and I can go modern and stuff. So there's like still some hope, but it's gonna take a couple seconds until he will realize, well, there was no hope at all. And yeah, I'm gonna realize that pod was an unfortunate skip. But get your GGs in chat for the lane, beating Gannon here very quickly, no issues at all. First try hovers everywhere.
Yeah, and, that's right. I mean, all things considered, for the fact that the lane was maybe not as successful as you would like to have been for all the hovering that he did, a 1:14 finish essentially, like that is ridiculously fast.
Yeah, that is very, very solid and good time. Specifically with that like late moon pearl at like what 30 minutes or whatever. So that Thalane 2-0 in the group with Frosch, Vapnik, and Madcap, which is a pretty competitive group. I'm not gonna lie, if not the most competitive group in the tournament right now.
Yeah, I think you mentioned, maybe this was actually before the broadcast, was that Wapnik was also the person who knocked Thalane out in the main German tournament as well?
Yeah, the latest
Yeah.
German tournament in semis,
Yeah.
and Vapnik went on to get second in, against Scholzer, but it beat
kinda-
Thalane in a very close race.
Yeah, those are some very powerful random runners here. And of course, Madcap has been around for quite some time.
Ages, yeah, basically, yeah. And we have Thalane joining us.
GG.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello?
Well done for hovering.
Uh-huh.
We were happy to see that you were able to push through. The important part was you landed the hovers that you needed to land.
It was a little bit frustrating, I'm not gonna lie, but it's kind of expected when you don't play the game as much as you used to.
Did Kermit happen to tell you where the hookshot was?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
yeah.
I was gonna say, I mean, kind of after I figured out it was only Ice Rod for Go mode, I kind of just want to go and book it to TR, so I didn't check the other item in Maya and in Skullwoods.
Yeah, avoiding Skullwoods was actually I think, a good decision, because the flippers were the other item in Pinball, well, after a somewhat, disgusting layout. But yeah, if you had the flippers, this race also might have been a lot different. I don't know, would you have gone to, Swamp or Ice? The search for Ice Rod before you go to Turtle Rock? I don't know.
No. I mean, I thought about just going to Ice after board again, because that won me the race yesterday, I guess. But today I felt like, nah, you know what? It's just Ice Road. Let's just do the crystals, go to T-Rock, hope it's up there. If it's not, then so be it. And then we go back down. Then we can still go into Ice. And if it's the item in Skullwoods or Misery Maya, then so be it. But it turned out pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, a 114 finish. Even if you take off even with all the hover, stuff that you did, this is a very fast seed. So yeah.
I mean, how much did I lose with hovering? 3 or 4 minutes, something like that.
Maybe. Yeah,
I'm not sure.
There was some GT on left side, and then there was Hookshot Cave, and there was Moldon 2. So
I mean, GT left side is kind of whatever. Yeah, but Hookshot Cave and Moldom 2, those cost a lot of time.
Nice bait for the moon pearl, by the way. You get all the items, but it's just nowhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
We also didn't have money to go there until shortly before, I think. After you finish up all the mountain and stuff.
I think you got money in checkerboard. That was the first 300. And yeah, Paradox just ended up giving you everything else, money-wise. Yeah, but I think even if we didn't have the Bombos fiasco, I think the skip on Frosh's side, I think your route ended up being a little bit cleaner, especially even in Light World. You for example, Frosh went to Zora and Ice Rod Cave before he went to the Desert Mire area. So he didn't have money, so he had to go back. He took an unfortunate death on East Death Mountain when he was up there. So that kind of there were other things that just cost a little bit of time here and there. So I mean, they kind of add up. So I think your route overall was cleaner.
Yeah.
Shows it, so.
I mean, yesterday and today was incredibly lucky. Usually seeds don't go that way when I play them, but this time, these 2 times, it worked out really, really well. So I'm happy.
Do you have other matches scheduled?
No.
Versus your group mates? Okay.
No, I think Vapnik has very limited time to play the group matches. I think he already told us he wants to play all 6 matches within a week or something. And then Madcap, we haven't talked yet. Kermit was kind of the first one reaching out. But yeah, it's still early.
Yeah. Yeah. But
But I
really
also
excited to see
saw.
these races.
Sorry, I was gonna say I also saw other groups already played like most of their matches, which I think is kind of insane considering the tournament started like a couple of days ago. like,
Yeah.
like how do you get this done so quick? Well, yeah,
People, I guess,
it's
really want to
fine.
just play the game. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. Weird, right?
I mean, we're happy. We're happy that everybody wants to play. Happy to see that you were playing Frosh earlier today and or today and yesterday. Yeah, definitely looking forward to the rest of your races as well. Should be fun. Best of luck.
Thank you, and thank you guys also for commentating, putting up the restream at this early hour for you. And GG's Kermit, if you're listening in, thanks for the races.
Yeah, no, thank you so much. Yeah, very big GGs for winning, and yeah, I think you're at 2-0 now. So then you just have 4 more races to go put it. So very strong record to start. Yeah, definitely looking forward to the rest of them. I want to thank Fishing Boo for tracking for us, kind of behind the scenes, super accurate, super prompt. Tracker looks pristine, so thank you so much. Raveless, yeah, thank you for taking the time.
Yeah, thank you too. And GG's once again to thalane and GG's to Frosh. If you're interested yourself in commentating or tracking, please consider that and sign up on the schedule. I think we can somehow get the links in the chat. Yeah, I think for now there's no further restreams scheduled yet, but that can change throughout the day. So keep your eye on the schedule and have a good day. Thank you, Clear Mouse.
Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, catch you all later. And have a great rest of your Sunday.